how's it going? Huzzah, it's Sunday.
I know, happy Sunday. It's sunny out.
Music's still going. It's crazy.
That's okay, it's a happy day. I was out in the front garden battling back the aphids in an organic way before the bees show up. And all that, but it was
you're being kind to them. Really.
Neem oil. We like bees around here.
Neem oil, so they just sort of slide off.
Bees and butterflies. Yes, and it's okay for the aphids. They just say, "I'm going to go somewhere else."
Indeed,
because otherwise, invasion of ladybugs is coming.
So
I'm so happy to be here.
I am too, and thank you. TrickyBricks says perfect sound today. That's because we're on StreamYard. I don't know what it is that Streamlabs OBS does to our microphone, but it does not like it. But I have to tell you all, I'm very, very excited. And first of all, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters, because we were able to use some of the money from Patreon to buy a brand new microphone
with a shock mount,
with a little
and
fancy.
All, like,
no more of this. Just using the microphone that's in the camera. I thought I thought he was going to have heart failure when I told him that's what I was like, so what microphone are you using? Oh, the one in the camera. He's like,
I don't know.
You're killing me. You're killing me right now.
We found it on AOL.com.
I borrowed it from somebody off of a BBS.
Really? You know, it used to come with a 14.4 modem, but
but anyway, and we've got two brand new lights,
LED soft lights. Yeah, we're up in our game on lighting. And that's the plan. We've tried a bunch of things.
So I'm really excited about that. So thank you, Patreon supporters, for having our backs and helping us make a better stream for everyone. I think it's really cool. So
hey, speaking of backs, what's this behind us here?
So this is from, you've seen this before, I know. This is from Brickworm, and she put this together using, it's one of her beautiful quilts that she put together using squares made by different people, and this one actually has a lot of TrickyBricks and Tricky Lug jokes. And I'm going to tip us up here.
Yeah, there's a Logan over there.
Yeah, there's
I see a lot of coral.
The thing,
clickies,
thing from the crypt right there.
Right, clickies.
So hey, so why don't we go ahead and coral? Why don't we go ahead and invite our panel on for today?
Right. The green room is bustling this morning.
The green room is bustling this morning. We've got a full house today. Well, almost full. We're not going full Brady Bunch, but we still got a pretty full. We've got a pretty full slate today of people. So first, I'd like to invite on all of our regular panelists.
Our kooky cast of characters.
They are far from regular, but they are here regularly. So first, please welcome to the stream. It's Holly.
Hi, everyone.
Monorail, awesome.
Oh, that's a great shirt. Very nice. And next up, we've got Minifig Chick. Hi,
guys. Hi. Highly approve of that T-shirt, Holly.
It's really good. And back again, we've got Moto. Hi, Moto.
Hi, Moto.
Moto.
Preview. Tell me always. You have to. Hopefully, I'll end up over Moto at some point, because we always manage to coordinate somehow.
Oh,
yeah! Look at that. So if he flips the position, we could do the whole thing.
Listening to that tone.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you toured color coordinated.
Very nice.
Of course, yeah.
Every time.
Every time. We don't even try.
Welcome back, Moto.
Hello.
An awesome entrance as always. And today we've got A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Blair. Blair's here.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Blair.
Hello, Blair.
How you doing? Wow, you are like
always. The headwear is always
my elves that I'm working on.
I gotta see this. I gotta give you the big cam here. Whoa! And I love that you're not only just like coordinated your hat to your shirt and also to your wall and to the poster behind you and your jewelry,
accessories.
Wow, you are in it today. That is awesome.
I don't know.
I love the wearable Lego.
I think the royal family in the elves theme just got a new mini doll.
Yeah, seriously, you are now the new.
I don't know. I think he could be Flynn King.
So I could see that.
I'm trying to be sort of the antithesis, going for the bright and friendly colors. I'm really hoping for some mini doll beards, like real big ones.
Like like kind of you can attach like an attachable. Yeah, rather than just like the little goatee
printed on.
Yeah.
Goblin King Blair.
So our special guest for today is somebody that I've gotten to know recently from doing the Beyond the Bricks stream, and I've seen her around on some other streams. She's got does streams in her own right on Twitch. I know earlier somebody was like, "Is April going to the dark side?" She's like on YouTube now. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I am 100% here for the crossover between the two, and I'm actually bridging that gap myself. And fortunately, and we'll talk about it in a minute once she comes on, I'm actually involved in a Twitch project with our guest. So everybody, please welcome to the stream, April B. Hi, April.
Hi. Ahoy, hoy.
So.
Oh, Flynn, you've crossed the streams, man. You've gone full.
I did. I crossed the streams. Well, really, technically, April crossed the streams. I'm just facilitating it.
Well, I'm just saying, Wanda made it from movies to TV, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, and back to movies again. So I think we're all good. How's it going, April?
Great. How's everybody?
Good. It's great to see you. I can't do that fancy thing like Greg does, where he like switches the screens around. Oh, look, I just did it. Awesome. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to have you here. And I'm actually gonna
center square.
Look at that. I'm like moving all around. Now we're next to each other.
You just need to put me where Kara is.
How's that? Why? Just for fun?
So we could do the standing person.
Right.
You're gonna be Mac.
Oh, I see. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. They've been wanting to do this. It's like the new thing.
Hi, how are you?
Always hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Never gets old until it does.
How is that not funny every time?
April, we haven't met before.
I know. It's
April.
Nice.
This is Richard, my husband, and to the if you're looking at the screen, to the right of you is Holly.
Hi, April.
Hi.
Right down below you is Kara, minifig chick.
Hey.
Right below us is Blair, and then of course, who doesn't know Moto?
Hi.
So,
Nice to meet you.
So April, please tell us a little bit about your channel and how you started streaming and all that good stuff.
Okay, so I've been streaming on Twitch for almost 2 years now. June will be my 2-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's kind of weird how it all started. I used to do gaming content on YouTube, so it's not necessarily the dark side. I've been here before. But I ended up getting out of that because, gaming community can be a little bit toxic sometimes. And
yes, I know all about it.
And my husband is actually also an AFOL and wanted to get into content creation around Lego. So because I was a little bit miffed about the YouTube scene, I was like, well, maybe we should look at other platforms. And I recommended Twitch. So he got involved with that and was streaming for a little while. And, back at that point, the brick building community on Twitch was really, really small. Like it was just a handful of people, but everybody was so welcoming and nice. I always say they kind of peer pressured me into starting to stream because I was fine with like doing produced content and stuff, but streaming seemed like, it was the unknown, and I wasn't sure if I was ready for it, but I had a few people that talked me into it, and I haven't turned back since. So I do all Lego content 3 times a week and a podcast and all sorts of stuff.
What kind of, if I can ask a broad question, what kind of Lego content do you build? Do you do reviews?
So I mostly build sets. I've had a few mock projects that I've done on stream, but I'm sure some of you know that doing mocks on stream is very difficult because you're trying to keep up with chat and all the things that are going on.
Everything comes to almost a screeching halt.
Yeah, we've done it before, and we're 2 people, and it was difficult. So I can't even imagine what it's like as a single person mock building on camera. It makes me personally nervous because first of all, I feel under pressure, like every move must be the right move.
Wow, good thing we were never in a competition.
I know, yeah, and I know because we've never had to build a mock on camera before, ever.
Right.
And speaking of that, by the way, I know we talked about this on the show on Wednesday, but did you guys actually see who is on Lego Masters Season 2? Clicky is on Season Master. 2 Clicky, orange Clicky and teal Clicky. I am Team Clicky all the way. It's amazing, and it was amazing to see some Clicky representation on the show. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. So, although technically, we're not supposed to be calling Clicky out yet because they haven't announced this, they haven't fully announced the cast. But I'm sorry, Clicky is a mainstay here at the TrickyBricks build and chat. So I feel like we gotta
you couldn't miss them.
I know you gotta call out Clicky when you see it. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, getting back.
Yeah, wait, which one's is teal the evil Clicky? Is that right?
No, neither of them are evil Clicky. I think there's I think all Clickies are inherently good.
There is one of those giant gray ones that's sort of monstrous though.
Yeah, there's and then there's Enold Clicky. Yeah. Clicky, you can tell the bad Clicky because it's got the bad eyes, like the frowny eyes. Like that's how you can always tell.
Yeah.
So, actually, Bricks O'Brien just mentioned something that April's video vignettes are stellar. They are. So you've been embarked on a project for doing video stuff, right? And now is that kind of hooked into? First of all, I want to say congratulations on your RLFM status. I know you got, was it December, November of last year?
November. Yeah, November last year. Got it.
That's so fantastic. I'm so excited to see more and varied types of people getting accepted onto the LAN. I think that's so important.
And just for anyone who doesn't know, what is RFLM?
That is Recognized Lego Fan Media.
We're gonna get it right one of these days.
RLFM.
Yeah, RLFM. Recognized Lego Fan Media.
I thought it was
different from a recognized online community. What was that, Moto?
I thought it was rolling on the floor Legoing.
Sometimes.
ROFL.
Yes, rolling on the floor, Legoing madly. I think that's what it is.
Legoing madly.
Or rolling Lego on the floor madly. Yeah.
I love Phil Carlton says, I have no clue what a Clicky is, so Don just made one for me. I love that. I love it. I don't know what a Clicky is. You can just quickly, whip one up.
Did you happen to see the thing that Stuart Harris built? He built like the actual little paper clip.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can't even remember the original name now. What was the original?
Clippy.
Yes,
Clippy.
Right?
Yeah.
And then Shane did like a Clippy mosaic the other day on stream.
Yes,
it was
that was great.
It's funny how it's made such a comeback all of a sudden.
I know. Well, once Clicky is in the public consciousness, he's not going anywhere soon.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
Here to stay.
So as you all know, I was streaming on Twitch one day a week on Mondays, doing I sort of like moved our building streams to there. And well, now that I've got like real life is happening again, I was unable to do that. And I hit up April, and I was like, "Hey, April, I know you stream on Tuesdays. I don't want to step on your toes. Like when you're streaming, like when are you on exactly? So I make sure I'm not going at the same time." And she says to me, "Well, actually, there's a whole thing that's going on. So actually, why don't you, since you are the queen of the raid train, April, why don't you tell us all a little bit about the raid train?"
Okay, so, well, I guess first off, for people who aren't familiar with Twitch, because I don't think that YouTube has this ability.
They do not.
So when you're done with a stream, instead of just hitting end stream and being done, you have the ability to raid into another channel. So, a friend or a random streamer or whatever, and take your audience over to them. So they can hang out and, you can get more exposure to the community. And so a few of us had already been streaming on Tuesdays in the brick building community, and it was kind of the same deal. Like, we didn't want to step on each other's toes. And we kind of just decided, well, instead of all streaming on the same day, kind of overlapping each other, let's just set aside times and just do raid train and have people, watch, at the beginning of it, it was like 6 hours of Lego at a time or whatever. And slowly it's grown. And, now we're up to 13, 14 hours straight of Lego content on Twitch on a Tuesday, going into Wednesday, because we have people that are in Australia and New Zealand on there as well. So,
and do you have any just really super dedicated follower who will be on the train the whole time?
Oh, absolutely. We have, I'd say probably half of our viewership are in and out of every stream throughout. I mean, you can't just sit there for 14 hours or whatever, but there's definitely people who make sure they're in every stream for at least part of it. So it's pretty amazing considering how long it goes.
Well, I mean, and here I just want to show this real quick. So here is the stream train schedule. Now this is in Pacific time. So if you are looking to check out the stream, you can see we've got Jake Studs at 1. I know Jake's in the chat right now. How's it going? Then there's me. Then Supercomputer. I love that Supercomputer. It makes you say it like a computer. Supercomputer. We got Sapiens. Then April's up, and then Dan from Between the Bricks, who, if you've watched the Beyond the Brick show, he's on the Quarantine Cast sometimes. And then ending up with our Lego Masters brother from Down Under, it's Billsy. So pretty exciting. Very excited about the prospect of that. I think it's going to be a good time. So this Tuesday is the first one, folks. So tune in, and hopefully I'll have my new mic and lights and all that stuff set up by then. So it'll be like a whole new ball game.
A whole new world.
Cool.
So we shall see what happens. You could be like a Twitch rep right now, Blair, with all that purple.
You have purple.
Yeah, well, it's the whole it's funny. Like when you look at YouTube and you look at Twitch, there is a very specific Twitch look that is very different from a YouTube look. It's got its own whole style going on. It's like YouTube's sassy best friend, really. It's got like all the little bells and whistles and very excitable.
It's the Angela to Miss thing.
Yes, it is the Angela to Miss thing. You're right. You're right. Because we got to put it in terms that our viewers will understand.
But everybody else, what are they even talking about now?
Well, 13 hours. That is a lot of talk about Lego.
That is.
I mean, obviously there's so much to say, but that's. Wow, I can't even imagine. Every week, that is a lot of content.
Well, and that's not even. Fast. I mean, and honestly, that's just that's the tip of the iceberg. There's so many Lego streamers on Twitch now. It's gotten really starting to get really popular, and I know people are pushing for a dedicated. I'm sorry, April. I don't know Grandpa doesn't know all the terms yet. Tell me what it is again. What's it called?
So we're trying to get some better tags going on. The main problem that Twitch streamers see in brick building is Okay, I'll put it in YouTube terms. If you go on YouTube and you go to the search bar and you search Lego, the first thing that's going to come up is the Lego official page, and then whoever is doing live streams or your recommended streamers or whatever, but it's all Lego all the time as soon as you search that. If you go to Twitch and you put in Lego, the first thing that comes up is the Lego official channel, and then a whole lot of nothing, because we're not allowed to use Lego as search terms on there as of now. So we stream under tags, which Brick and Nick, I'm sure some of you know, was widely instrumental in getting the brick building tag put onto Twitch. But the standard person that may not be an AFOL, but that's looking for Lego content, isn't going to search brick building when they go on Twitch necessarily. They'd search Lego. So we're trying to get that fixed so that there's a little bit wider exposure, because we run into people a lot of times that our streams will just show up on their recommended on their homepage of Twitch, and those be like, we didn't know anybody does Lego on Twitch, and we're like, oh well, here, let's show you the world. there's a lot of us.
There are way more than there were. I mean, even just a year ago, there's a much bigger thing. And actually, while we were, hey, Panfred Nudo is here. Awesome. How's it going? Good to see you. And actually, that reminds me, we haven't said hello to everybody.
We need to
in
do
the
that.
stream yet. We need to do that. And then we got to do pins and stickers.
All those things.
Got so excited about having April here that I just bailed on all of my duties. So let's see who is here today. So I want to say hello, Alexander23. Apples is here. April's Crazy Bricks. 2 Aprils in April on our stream. What is going on? It is Attack of the Aprils. Brickaroo Bonsai is here. Brickman Mosaics Art. Bricks O'Brien. Brickworm. Bricks EDU. Blair Archer, who's in 2 places at once. How's it possible? Bubs and Lava Bat. Chris mowing the lawn, Chalice. Devo Bricks. Echo Bricks. How's it going? Fabufan MKE. Gary Mullane is here. The Greebling Wizard. Hooded One. Jake Sadovich. How's it going? And Jake Studs. Jake. Joel, Have Studs Will Travel, Marbella.
A lot of Jakes.
Joel, he of many names, Marbella. Not to outdo Blair, Joel is going to be both in the same place at the same time, because that's terrifying. And just opened a hole in the time-space continuum. Johnny Cat is here. Joseph Zawada. Lisa Head is here. Hi, Lisa. How's it going? Yano's here. How's it going? London Bricks. Hey, Greg. Maraid is here. Hi, Maraid. Marilyn Parmley. Matthew Builds Bricks. Minifig Nick. MNRK. Nurk. Monica Berry. Moto. and Fred Nudo. Phil Carlton is here. Patrick Wismer. Rob Zaccardi and the Zaccardis. Wow, we got a list today. I know. Alana, Elena, Vanessa, how's it going? Robin Eklund is here. Welcome. Shy time is my time. Shy, it's so great to see you here. Smoke Up Johnny. Squid Kid is Tech here. Productions. Wow, the stellar stars of streaming are here today. Like they are it is a wide sky of stars. The Brick Orphanage. The Hornburgers are here. Ahoy, hoy, Hornburgers. Julia, Peter, and Andrew, good to see you. Plastic Architect is here. Hi, Claire, just across the bay. How's it going? WGJL Builds. I know Wilfred is here. Bonsoir. And hopefully Kim Zarakino, wherever you may be.
Wherever you are, Kim.
How are you not exhausted from that?
I know. That was like, I almost lost my voice.
It's a panoply.
So, but always got to say hi to everybody.
Busy brunch time crowd.
Yeah,
awesome.
Sunday brunch crowd. We should just start calling the show Sunday brunch. The TrickyBricks Sunday brunch and chat.
Well, for some of our international viewers, it's like midnight snack.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if anybody wants to watch us eat on camera, though.
I don't know. No, I know sometimes it's necessary. I've had to do it a couple times, but I always I lean off camera and hope that the microphone doesn't pick my loud chewing up. So, Brickham Zen is here. Rick Brickham, how's it going? And Art and Jess is here. Brenda's here. How's it going? Wow, it is. you weren't kidding. It was like a whole bunch of. It is the stellar stars of streaming are all here today. This is fantastic.
Now I'm curious. Before Flynn got involved with Twitch, I really hadn't seen Twitch at all. I'm wondering for our panelists.
Lunch, there you go. Cara, that's perfectly. Awesome.
It's from
for our panelists.
Bricks LA.
Twitch, or do your kids, or
oh my God, your kids?
Well,
do your kids watch Twitch?
I'm curious, or do you?
I mean, I've hopped over to see Flynn at least once or twice, and then I've hopped over to see a couple other random like video game and props and artist people. And I had a friend about 2 years ago tell me that I should do Lego on Twitch, but it seemed kind of hard to break into. And there wasn't a lot of Lego on there, so I didn't really see how I could like even attract people. He was doing like rally car racing stuff and video game stuff. So it's interesting to hear that it has, you know, ascended into popularity at this point, but I'm not super familiar with it. I've been over there a couple times.
Well, it's interesting you would say that because it is. I find it harder to break into than YouTube, but Twitch is much kinder to content creators as far as what they get from Twitch than YouTube is. I mean, I don't know if y'all know this, but YouTube takes 40% of anything that you make. 40%, which is outrageous.
Crazy. Yeah.
And so like super chats and all that stuff, it's they take a huge chunk, and
well, that's the reason why Patreon has been so good.
Yeah, exactly. And I know Twitch is Brian says that Twitch Lego following is hardcore. That audience is all in on the Lego peeps. It's true. They absolutely are. It's a great. I really feel like
it makes sense. Like, I mean, brick building is a full contact esport.
Well, I mean, I think what it is because
we're snapping things down.
It's true. Yep. You are fully in contact.
You are fully
injury prone.
Well, I also find that Twitch gives you more ways to engage with your audience than YouTube does. There's a lot more little like kind of bells and whistles. Again, it's YouTube's sassy friend. Like YouTube almost seems a little I don't know, matronly in comparison sometimes.
Really? Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
No, I mean, I just mean in comparison, because like Twitch really is like the kid brother, the sassy best friend of YouTube. It just has a lot more. It's modern-y in a way that YouTube is still doing the same thing YouTube does, and it does it really well. And Twitch just took that and just cranked the volume up on some of the things. I think is really what it is. So how about pins, everybody? We're late on pins, but I've got pins today. April, if you don't have a pin, it's totally okay.
I do have a pin, actually.
Awesome. All right. Well, I know Cara usually goes first because she's always got a pin ready. I think, and
I'm surrounded by pins.
And not only does she just always have a pin ready, but her apartment is so small that she could literally reach from where she's sitting to any room in her apartment right now and just grab it. Hey, Cara, can you get me something out of the fridge? She's like, sure. Let me just reach
right here.
All right, what have you got for us, Cara?
Okay, today we are showcasing another paint pusher pin. So he is an artist and Goofy's favorite character. So here's
that's cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's cool.
Very good. Moto, TikTok. No, TikTok is like the annoying little brother of YouTube.
That's the annoying baby brother. Yes.
Yeah, that's the tween brother of YouTube. Anyway, sorry about that. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. Okay, who we got next? Moto, what have you got for us?
So I do watch Twitch, and I'm going to combine my love of Twitch with a Twitcher that I follow, and I'm hoping to meet today because they're driving through the state of Colorado right now.
Oh, cool.
That's Crystal Star X.
Yeah. Oh, Crystal's driving to Colorado today?
That's my understanding. God. So I'm trying we're trying to make it happen where I can finally meet one of the wonderful Brick sisters of season 1.
She is a magical.
She is a magical unicorn.
Awesome.
We love Crystal so much.
If you see her, send her our love.
Yes,
I will.
please.
I will. We're trying. It's weird. She started out in New Mexico today, so we'll see how it goes.
Wow.
Cool.
All right, Blair, what have you got?
Cool,
You got something for us today? You always have something good.
Yeah, let's give a shout to some other awesome content creators. Oh gosh,
Brick
Too
Nerd.
yeah, it's Brick Nerd. You can see the logo, but the words are like going crazy.
Yeah,
yeah, they've been making some amazing stuff ever since their sort of transition to extra awesome lately. So I highly recommend them if you're not already checking out their content. They've been coming out with some articles that are just like to the moon amazing lately.
I'm actually reading like the 2 outlets I've been super impressed with lately are Tips and Bricks on Instagram and Brick Nerd, and they've actually like gathered a lot of our fellow content creators. I know Miss Tapcat does writing for Tips and Bricks, and our good buddy Gwyneth Cosbyall does Brick Nerd. And so we've got some really great people putting out.
That's a great crew. Yeah.
Got more kind of content right now.
Yep.
All right, Holly, what have you got for us? Is it another Leica pen?
It's another Leica pen.
Yay!
Cool.
And this one is a Kubo. Kubo pen.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Very
And
nice.
his 2
Thank you.
strings.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
That movie's so good.
Got a few of these. No more Mondo pens. I think I showed you guys all the Mondo pens, so now we got the more generic ones, but they're still cool.
All right, April. It's now that you've seen how it goes, you can now hopefully you feel comfortable.
All right, I think so. I think I'm comfortable. I gotta spread the streamer love. It's my favorite pin of all time.
Yeah,
the Bricks O'Brien pin.
I've got my Bricks O'Brien pin around as well.
You're gonna make
Very
his head
good.
swell up twice the size it already is.
I know. Sorry.
What can you do?
All right, so Brickworm's asking who manufactures the Leica pen. So Mondo made some of them. They made a few that are really, really cool, but I doubt you're going to find them on the Mondo site anymore. Some you can find on Leica's shop. It's like shop.leica.com or something. There's an online Leica shop that you can find some. I don't know who exactly manufactures them, but that's where you can find some of them.
Hey, Kevin's here. I'm Bored Toys. How's it going, Kevin?
Hi, Kevin.
Hey. Good to see ya. All right, we ready with ours now?
I think we're ready with
Okay,
ours.
let's do this thing.
Bring it home, guys.
I don't know. I am feeling so full of energy today. So excited. We got Eeyore.
Oh, I'll just be over here. And I've got the talking doorknob from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
who
nice.
is deciding is not going to focus.
I love it.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta do it manually. Come on, Clicky, give me a hand. There we go. Very good.
Hey, leave us spotlighted for a moment, would you?
Mm-hmm.
Since I always unbutton my shirt a little bit to put on the pin,
Whoa,
I just
watch
want to
out.
say I'm
Realize
featuring
this
a
kind of
t-shirt
show.
by Will Heron today. Love
Oh,
Amy and
yeah,
Jamie.
the I
that's
Heart Amy and
awesome.
Jamie shirt.
Where did you get that?
That was
Will
by
Heron.
Will Heron.
Yep.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
a limited run by Will. He's really good. If you reach out to him, he may have some more.
Huh.
So there you go. So I
Oh, I didn't even put on
speaking
the
of
pen.
content, I went on. So this is really interesting. So on Instagram, there's a lot of they encourage you, if you're an Instagram content creator, to constantly be putting like super long descriptions under your pictures. They're like, you should have this many, you should use this many tags, you should do this many things. But I can promise you, and I think hardly anybody reads the things that you write. I mean, like some of them, they may read what shows up like right underneath, but they're not going to read like 3 paragraphs of stuff. So I yesterday reposted a picture of Treasure of the Snake Queen because I realized, looking back at our TrickyBricks account, I posted it when we first started it, and we only had like 150 people liked it. I reposted it, and now 1,000 people like it, which is awesome. And I posted the video of it, which I've never done before, to Instagram. So it's getting some play. But I got picked up by 2 aggregate sites. So these are basically Instagram's content creators who go and I almost said retweet. They Instagram you, they repost it, and they give credit and stuff like that. But I have to say, I found it a tiny bit frustrating that yesterday I put it up, and it had been up for about an hour, and I had a moderate amount of likes, 170 whatever likes. The aggregate site put it up, and within 5 minutes, it had like 700 likes. And I was like, what? How is this? How is this happening? Yeah. And a couple of so when somebody reposts my content like that, I try to, first of all, thank them for posting it, because it was nice of them of them to telegraph it out there. And then I also try to keep up with the comments that people are leaving on those posts, so I can say thank you, I appreciate it. And I was really surprised by the number of people who were commenting on it as if it was the content of the person who posted it.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
People don't read the captions.
So, I mean, I'm glad it's out there, and I'm glad people are seeing it and enjoying it, which is and they are credited. I just found it really amazing how quick it was. It would garner likes and views on a site like that, as opposed to the actual creators. So if you create stuff on Instagram and you do see that somebody reposts your stuff, I encourage you to go not only thank the person, who posted it, but to respond to the comments over there, so that people, you make sure people know it's your stuff. So
I do the same thing. Like I'm bored toy, like what Kevin was saying. I do the same thing. Like anytime if Brothers Brick or anybody posts anything, I always go to like whoever they're crediting and like it on their page.
Yep, that's great. Yep. So, again, speaking of content, and a little throwback to what April was talking about earlier, our friend Brick and Nick, who again was like instrumental in getting the brick building tag put onto Twitch, and you all saw him here. He was a contestant on our Brick Trivia Showdown, and he actually has a really cool Lego ideas up right now. Ooh. So I wanted to share this. I'd love to just get everybody's, and I can talk a little bit about it, because it's a really interesting project, one that I certainly wouldn't have thought of, but is absolutely brilliant. So he has done, and Cara, if you could find the link to post in the chat, he has done a brick-built version of the Lego brick patent. And I got to tell you guys, it's so cool, because you're only seeing it from the one angle right there, but actually, when you turn it to the side, that is all three-dimensional. Even the ones that are at an angle, they are like pushed out. It's an optical illusion. They're like pushed out the front, like with Technic or whatever. And he's provided some updates and stuff like that about it on his channel, so you can kind of see about it there. But
it looks pretty big, right? Because that font is not a small font.
Right, as we learned with Lee on the show the other day, that is absolutely not a small font. So I think
that's like poster size. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a really.
It's like 18 inches long and by 12 inches wide and an inch deep.
That's pretty significant. Yeah, that's pretty significant. Well, Nick is really, really talented, and I hope that they do a Lego Masters Canada so that we can see him on it. Because, he's just. I mean, if you ever watched him before on anywhere, he's just so full of energy and so engaging and really exceptionally talented builder.
Can you imagine him with Paul Hetherington? What that team would be like on camera? Like he's so Nick, and then Hetherington is so chill. Like the two of those guys would be hilarious to watch.
Well, there you go. So if you get a chance, head on over to Lego Ideas and
like 2 clicks, guys.
support that awesome idea. I think that's really cool.
Man, they've made it so much easier to vote on or to support Lego Ideas now.
Yeah.
Remember when it used to be like a whole
back in my day, kids, when I had to get 10,000 votes.
When I put the Coraline house up, I had to go door to door handing out flyers and telegrams.
Now listen up now, whippersnapper.
Seriously.
I had to work hard to get those 10,000.
It was called Lego Crusoe 1,000,000 years ago.
You remember that? It used to be like a 20-minute process to support these ideas. Now it's like literally 2 clicks.
Yeah.
But you also had a chance of getting your thing made.
Yeah.
And and Brick and It is here. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Oh yes, I definitely agree with this one. Lego Masters Canada, go team Kevin and Brenda. That way, like, because they all have
awesome.
They all have like team names that would definitely be like Team Loud or like Team Glitter Cannon would be great as well.
Yeah.
A little early there, buddy.
So guys, we have Ben Alder in the chat, who is the creator of the Winnie the Pooh idea set.
Oh, that's awesome! Where I didn't see his that he was here. That's awesome, Ben.
Just
welcome.
popped in.
Yeah, congrats.
So hi.
Big deal.
Yeah, so everybody, hi to Ben, and congratulations on a really wonderful Lego set. I think it's one of the most endearing Lego Ideas sets that I've seen.
You know what? I'm done sorting. I think I'm gonna go build it. I'm gonna go grab it and build it.
Oh, cool.
I bought 2 of them.
Did you? We haven't been able to pick it up yet, so we're really excited about it. Though I've seen it built, I've seen the box, I've touched it, but I don't actually own it yet ourselves. But it's coming.
Really,
you make
great.
it sound like the Rosetta Stone in the British Museum.
It was kind of like that. It was kind of like that. And then I touched it and I could instantly see how like every Lego piece in the universe swirling around me.
Coalescing into one ABS perfection.
What's so amazing about this set is that
and I'm wearing my Eeyore pin today.
Yes, is that Ben created this like with his family, with the help of his family. It was like a family project that they did together. And like, what a thrill! I just can't imagine. And like and especially for like, the kids must have just been so excited, like to have been a part of it, and also like, hey, like my dad got like a real Lego set made. Like, what? That's just thrilling. So fantastic, so cool. And congratulations.
I hear you, Brick.
You know what though? You know what bears have? They have paws. And you know what time it is.
That was not an easy segue.
That was I don't know. Horrible. That was an uphill climb.
I climbed the tree. That's because it is time for the pause that refreshes. Everybody, that's right. It's time for Logan Cookie Time! Logan Cookie Time, everyone. Here he is. Logan, how's it going? Logan got to run around our friend's yard off leash yesterday. In an enclosed backyard. He had such a good time.
He saw chickens.
And squirrels. Good boy,
catch.
Logan.
Wow.
All right. One more.
You get some. Okay, can you say hi to everyone? You ready?
Hi, Logan.
Good boy. Yay. Oh, no. Yay, Logan. Woohoo. Hi, Logan. And look who else is here. It's Skittles.
Muppet Dog.
Treats.
Good to see you, Skittles.
Wow, we have proof. There's Holly's other hand. Skittles is a real dog.
No, that's a pretend hand. That's just
she got to go on a hike with her BFF corgi puppy yesterday.
That's awesome. See, that's Ms. Thing actually flew over there.
Oh yeah, it's not Holly's hand.
It's not Holly's hand at all. Don't ruin the magic, man. Skittles. All right. Yay, Logan Cookie Down. And Squishy and Splashy are here, everyone. Very good. April's like, what have I done?
Well, you should have told me that it was bring your dog to work day. I would have brought him in, I got 3.
Oh, bring them on! Bring them on!
Come on in.
All
It's
good.
never too late.
Elves, dragon.
Yeah, anything. We are 100% here for it. Even if they come in not at the appointed time, that's totally okay.
And Blair brought out a dragon which is color coordinated with his room and his shirt and his outfit.
Very good. Wow, you are killing it today with that. Very good. All right, everybody, that was Logan Cookie Time.
And Squid Kid is actually going to go pick up a new dog today.
Whoa, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Really?
How fun.
I did not hear about that.
So jealous.
So what kind of dogs do you have, April?
Oh my gosh, we have the biggest mix mash of everything. We have a Great Pyrenees Australian Shepherd mix. Boxer Shepherd mix. And a Schnauzer Havanese mix.
Whoa, that is...
So it ranges all in size.
Now, did you start by saying Great Pyrenees and Australian Shepherd?
Yeah.
So is that a really big dog who wants to tell you all about it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Bye, Chris Chalice. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, we are speaking at Chris Chalice's Cub Scout meeting tomorrow. We will be guests in the UK for a Cub Scout meeting, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, dogs are welcome, April, on our stream anytime.
All pets. All pets.
All pets. All dogs, all pets, all splishies, splashies, clickies, clackies.
Bearded lizards.
Bearded dragons. We've had it all. Water bottle, you know.
Holly, look at you there with that excellent ideas box.
It's
right?
like Lego branded even.
Oh, it's even branded. Get her.
Wow.
That's cool.
I don't know, Moto. You should probably, or Richard. I'm not sure whose original idea that actually belongs to, but you should probably look into that.
Combination.
You know what?
They're going into.
It's open source. Pet water.
Flashies for everybody.
It raises some kind of connection there about
it raises some kind of
raising
something.
all ships. Yeah,
it does. Okay, so I'm interested to know. I wanted to ask everybody on the panel this today because we are all very different kinds of Lego builders and collectors. And recently there was a big hoo-ha about the availability of the Ulysses VIP
Space probe
gift, right? Apparently it was a botched rollout, which, you know, like these things happen. I get it. But I will say from me personally, I am not so invested in that kind of collecting that I was like really mad about it. But of course, the internet rage machine was in high gear that day and in the days following, and everybody had an opinion on it. So I'm just curious, and since it is sort of still in the collective Lego unconscious, what did you say? The sound of 1,000 AFOLs screaming in unison when
disturbance in the Lego
disturbance in the Lego force.
Disturbance in the force.
Like, what is your take
disturbance
on
in
the
the
things
clutch,
like
yes.
that? Like the availability of gifts with purchase, like the availability of a VIP thing like that. I know there was an issue with some coins or something. Again, like I'm not into that type of collecting so much that it bothers me. So I'm curious what other people's thoughts are on that.
I mean, supposedly the Ulysses, they had the most stock of that than any other VIP redeemable they've ever done.
Really?
I think that's what they said. Apparently, I mean, I don't know. I think the problem is, you know, obviously there were some site issues and some time issues around the globe with when it went up, but I think the main problem with that was there are so many space fans that aren't necessarily full-on Lego fans. Like I know people who aren't necessarily Lego fans that wanted that redeemable and wanted the shuttle and all of that, but they may not buy any other Lego sets. So when you bring in the wider group than just AFOLs who've been in VIP forever and they're all vying for the same thing at the same time, you're going to end up having problems no matter what.
It's the same reason that Saturn V sold out when it first released, is that it was a lot of space fans, not necessarily Lego fans, that were also clamoring for it. Yep.
Well, and I mean, like, let's be real, okay? It's called the VIP program, but you just got to go sign up for it. It's not like you have to jump through any hoops or like do anything special.
Well, and 1,800 points isn't that unattainable for most people. You know, that's you know.
I do have a question about mechanics. Is there a limit on the quantity you could get? I
one per person.
It's supposed to be one, but there's easy ways to get around that too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that the rage, in my opinion, seems to come from the fact that so many scalpers got in on that and the space coin. Like, I wanted a space coin and it was gone, and that was also kind of a launch issue with timing. And, you know, somebody's got one. But they're worth like $200 on up in the scalper market instantaneously. And I'm just
not selling mine. Sorry.
No, it's crazy though. You know, like I just wanted to figure out how to work one into my space theme coordinator badge, and it was the only coin I wanted. And Lego could just make more based on the demand and shut the whole scalper thing down, since it's not like, I don't know. How does something that was such a simple gift with purchase turn into like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive?
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, Lego doesn't actually even make those. That's all outsourced to another company. So that's one factor.
But they could order more. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
they totally could
put all the coins back up there.
Yep. Exactly. Like maybe this is just my ignorant take on it, but can't they just make more and the people who didn't get one could get one of those? Like, it's not like it's been out for 6 years. This is pretty new, right?
Yeah, they could. I mean, I think, you know, I think it's hard because that's, I think the point of them doing these like special VIP rewards and gift with purchases is there's supposed to be a little bit of exclusivity to it. That's what creates the high demand. So it's like, it almost like would resolve a problem that wouldn't exist if they were just able to kind of just make as many, you know, as they thought there would be demand for. You know what I mean? Because if they just made an endless supply and it really wasn't that exclusive, not as many people would want them. And then they'd almost have like this surplus that they wouldn't know what to do with. And I think they've done that sometimes. That's why you sometimes see those gift purchases that stick around for a while. Because they sort of imagine, okay, well, let's do, you know, everybody's going to want this gift with purchase. Let's just make a bajillion of them, and then next thing you know, they're sitting around for 6 months, like
like
trying to give them away.
Yeah, the bigger point. Like, what's your reason for getting it? Is your reason for getting it because you want it or because it's exclusive? Because those are two different things.
Right. Yeah.
Well, also,
if you just want it because it's exclusive, then I mean, then you can't complain when it's exclusive.
Well, there were so. The 40th, so someone pointed out to me that like the 40th anniversary set, that was micro builds of all the 4 most famous, you know, flagship original sets from those 4 themes. Those have been sitting around for a while too.
Yep.
So it is hard to predict what's going to strike and what's not. They do their market research. They really try. I have no problem with that. I do think, and they probably are doing this, I do think they need to look at Amazon Web Services as a platform to scale up their infrastructure so it doesn't collapse on these major pushes.
There is that too.
Yeah, the website crashing. I mean, there's a lot of things that they still did wrong. Like, I don't think it's necessarily that the supply is the issue. It's not so much the supply. It's the way that you're able to access things or not able to access things. Like, the website's one big, huge problem, but also, like, I feel like that just should have been a gift with purchase. Like, that was a silly reward to make for like to not have a huge supply of, or at least from what I've heard. Like, I heard all of Europe only had like 2,600 or something, which is just not a lot. So, and you know, it should have been like one of those high price gift with purchase. Like, either it comes with the new shuttle or it's like $100 limit of buying things to get one. That already reduces the demand for it and the accessibility for it. And that's a system they've been using for years that wasn't really broken.
There was a lot of custom foil elements and stuff that went into it, so I don't know what the limiting factors were, but it was limited. I think it's just, you know, I think I would say, you know, definitely research your infrastructure, your web infrastructure, and make sure it can handle something of this nature.
Why have they not fixed that yet? Why have they not fixed it? It's not like, and that's another thing. This is not, I don't think it's that people were losing their minds necessarily over just this space probe. People are losing their minds because this has been like a year of this BS where you just, they keep doing these releases, whether it's for the sets, the gift with purchases, the rewards, whatever it is, the coins. It's like it's compounded with all the other releases that they've had that people can't get.
I don't have outrage just because I didn't want it, but I do think part of Lego is fairness.
Yeah.
And I do think it is more fair if the site is available to everybody and they can all compete on even ground with their clock.
Which we can't.
So when it crashes, I understand.
Yeah. And I would have had to, and also I would have had to.
You stayed up all night already for this, and you've been drinking the coffee like we do this morning. Get up.
Oh yeah. Speaking of,
you're trying to stay awake for the launch, and you've got your timer clock going, and you're ready to do your eBay style sniping of this promo or exclusive thing. Then I think it would be a kind of more of a question of competitive fairness. But
I agree.
Until that happens, there's not much else that can be done.
Yeah, that's the same issue too, is the timing. How does Lego deal with all the different time zones when they're trying to release something in Eastern Europe at the same time that they're, because it's like by the time it made it to the West Coast, because West Coast is the last that should have access to it. And for West Coast versus like the East Coast time that they distribute it is a 4-hour difference. So so while people are trying to get it at 9 a.m. East Coast, you have to be up at 6 a.m. West Coast, and there's basically none left anyway, and the site's crashing. So it's like, forget it. West Coast people just basically have no chance for the most part.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I mean, because a lot of places haven't figured this out yet. Disney Plus's stuff was crashing when WandaVision came on.
Yeah,
like whenever a new one would premiere, like several weeks in a row. And I think maybe even with The Mandalorian too, there were like issues with that. And let's be real here. Like people's internet use has gone up in a massive way since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
And how has anybody not figured out that there's a bot issue yet? Like, why for Lego to not have any sort of verification process? Like, I'm not a robot at this point.
The reCAPTCHA to recapture.
Oh
yeah, like that seems ridiculous to me that they're overlooking that one. Like that would just be one minor fix that they could implement.
Yep.
But they don't do it. Why?
Well,
I saw something heartwarming
to market, so.
It's on a.
This is so cute.
Similar subject. Oh, that's really cute. I saw something heartwarming. I follow some cyberpunk mask makers. They actually hunt down their scalpers because they have a limit of 2, and they hunt down their scalpers if they see them on eBay, and they cut them from being able to purchase stuff in the future. Of course, Lego is on a scale that cannot do that. But they actually saw somebody. They're like, no, we have a limit. Like you can only do 1.5 times over the retail value. And if you do anything more than that, you're never going to get another one.
I see Ben.
Yep, Ben and the family. There you go.
That's great.
Adorable.
But,
well,
it's a global problem for sure.
Well, I was so Hooded One is saying that the USC's problem felt like a bot issue.
Definitely.
It could be. I mean, but we don't. That's the problem. Is like it shouldn't have been. It could have been. We don't know. We don't know if it was a supply issue or if it was bots or both.
But it's been. It's been a huge problem with so many toys and collectibles. Certainly this past year. I mean, Disney had some monthly themed releases, and I really wanted some of the Tiki Room stuff cleared out by bots before anybody could get there. The Animal Crossing Hello Kitty amiibos, right? That were supposed to be available at Target. Again, cleared out by bots. So, basically, I refuse to buy them on the secondary market now because I'm not going to support those scalpers.
Yeah, same.
Well, I mean, scalpers have been an issue since forever.
Totally.
And they were just standing outside of concerts, like selling tickets at an inflated price.
And they can't really do that these days. So they've had to find other things, right, to buy and sell.
They're also stuck at home with looking for something to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know Lego isn't perfect, but maybe I'm just a gentle kind of collector. It takes it would take a lot for me to be enraged with Lego. I feel like they have some pretty good karma. And if something breaks...
Hey, Richard, we're canceling Elves in the Hidden Side.
What was that?
I said, hey, Richard, we're canceling Elves in the Hidden Side.
I know.
Well,
okay. I'm enraged.
I know there's that. I just feel like this company has brought me a lot of joy and makes so many really right decisions that they've got. I don't know, they get a pass from me on some stuff. I don't think they're perfect, and we can criticize, or we can...
I think these are things that they can fix, and they just aren't. And that's the frustrating part of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right. Like, how about if some of those things had gone to some of the brick and mortar stores? Because then at least you have
that too.
Actual guest services people who can say like, oh no, you've already got one.
Yes.
Yeah, like
I mean, now
granted, but even that's an issue too.
Yeah,
it's true.
Exactly. They'd have to be able to keep.
Way that you could have guaranteed that like maybe a kid could have gotten one, because then like the retail employees can actually monitor some of that in a real way. And there's some people who don't have the internet access that other people do too.
But they'd have to fix that system too, Blair, because right now you can currently get a gift with purchase at the store and online. And that's one way to circumvent it so that you can get two of something. They'd have to fix their system so that they can tell like if you've redeemed a reward for it already on either platform. And right now those two platforms don't talk to each other.
Well,
so something else they need to fix.
Well, and again, I think a lot of it is really based on what kind of collector you are. Like for me personally, I went, I worked for many years as a video game reviewer and writer, and not writing video games, writing about video games. And it really kind of got me over that day one, like that want of day one. And it's a little different with video games because we went through a state of video games, and still do, being released completely broken or not ready to go out to the public.
No Man's Sky.
Oh, geez, don't even get me started.
Cyberpunk 2077.
And then they're like, oh, well, you know what? It's okay. You bought it. We'll just fix it with a patch in like a month. Or like, oh, and then another patch and another patch. And it's like, you really should have waited. So
that'd be like if the Winnie the Pooh set came out and
with
they're
missing
like,
pieces.
you get the minifigs in a couple of months. It's
like Wall-E.
Oh, well,
you mean then there was no owl?
Yeah, oh no.
At least there are Lego.
Or Eo's tail isn't removable.
Oh no. I think now. Well, I would
Richard,
if I was a parent, I would not want to keep track of Eeyore's tail and then have to deal with the aftermath.
True.
Of that.
That's the whole story, though. That's so perfect, honestly. If it was a little hair accessory and it came with at least two, like that.
As long as it wouldn't be like $5 a pop on like bricks and pieces or something,
So here's my
the set has to come with at least a couple of extras.
Yes.
Here's my question for everybody. What kind of collector are you? Are you a day one? Like, do you have to have, like, when the new set comes out, do you have to have it the day it comes out? Will you sit and press the button online over and over again until you get it? Or are you just like, you know what? It's going to be there for a year at least, so I can get it when I get it.
It depends.
It depends.
I don't know. I feel like I'm in a weird situation with that because as a content creator, it's all about having stuff on day one, right? So the first people to get content out are the people who get the most views. So I went from being a casual, purchaser, at least for Lego, to on release, I'm up at midnight ordering or going to the Lego store on day one or whatever it is to get stuff so I can come home and stream it.
Right, but if you weren't, let's just say, if for the sake of argument, you weren't streaming it and that like need to have it there was gone, would you be just getting it whenever, or would you still be?
Yeah, there'd definitely be less urgency to it, that's for sure.
Yeah, interesting. Moto.
I rarely get sets, except for small art directors' birthdays and holidays. Mm-hmm. So for me to get a set for myself is a very rare thing, and it doesn't have to be day one. I just buy something that I like. And there's a dog.
Oh,
perfect.
My child brought the dog in.
You have to have a pause for the dog. Another pause that refreshes. Hi, who's this?
That's the Schnauzy.
This is Gus.
Hi, Gus.
Cute.
Oh my goodness, so cute. Look at his
He's like, I know there's treats around because he comes in for stream time and there's treat redeemables.
Right on. So yeah, so Moto, you're not so much a set collector, so those things don't mean.
But I am a collector, a different kind of collector though. So I love, I just like buying poundage of stuff. So I always have brick for my mocks because they do they consume a lot of pieces. And then the one thing I do collect is bricks and pieces orders of these really, just cool pieces. There's pieces that you just can't find anywhere else, or you only get one per set, or maybe they've just been released, or like the other day, Small Art Director and I went through bricks and pieces, and he basically, I remember when he was younger, he wanted to buy a set just because of that one Ninjago coin thing, that special coin thing would be in it, or Atlantis, each one of them had a little special key. No, and he just wanted all 6, so he wanted to buy all 6 sets. But bricks and pieces is a way to make sure that you don't have to buy all 6 sets, and yet he still satisfies his need to have those cool pieces. So
yep, I got 2 words for you: Infinity Stones.
Well, that was another one. Infinity Stones. Yeah, that was another one.
Sakara, what about you?
So that's what I do.
So for me, it really depends. I mean, there are some sets that I'm just like so excited about. I want to have it and build it. You know, like Sesame Street was for me. It was just, I just really wanted it. So that was like day 1 or maybe day 3. I don't know. But I don't stay up until midnight to buy anything at all. But yeah, that's just not going to happen. Nor will I get up at 6 a.m. Also not going to happen.
Yeah, that's
There's rules.
So, but for the generally, for the other sets, I tend to wait until there's like double VIP points or a nice gift with purchase. To just basically maximize my buying dollars.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I say, it depends.
Cool. Blair.
I'm kind of a mix of what's been said. So like, as a mocker and someone who likes really weird pieces, I kind of want some of the strange pieces right away, because it's always like, I don't know, the first person to get there to use that piece gets the notoriety for like figuring out how to use it, which I think is cool, because I just like experimenting with unusual pieces. And I don't really buy a lot of sets. I've bought more sets in the last year than I have probably in the last 10 years, just because we're inside and I feel this desire to like build something somebody else designed because I'm feeling in a rut. But then there's stuff like this, which took me, 2 years to track down like 1.5 of these dragons, because it was the one set that I didn't get while it was out. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag, like there are some things that I see and I'm like, okay, I should buy that while it's available and not want to do what I normally do, which is treasure hunt. As Moto said, I play the long game, I have tons and tons of stuff that I've gathered slowly from bricks and minifigs or from yard sales or from Bricklink or bricks and pieces to eventually build, something like a full-size xenomorph. Like it, if I were to buy it all at once, it would cost me thousands and thousands of dollars, but I've been able to buy it piecemeal here and there, just like picking up every tentacle I see on the bulk table and like every black bionicle piece here and there. And then like eventually I have this huge sack of stuff that I can work from, because I don't pre-build digitally. I like to work in the physicality of the brick. So I'm a bit of a mix, but lately there have been some sets where I feel like I want them sooner than later. Sesame Street was actually one of those where I was just like, this is just so cool. The Lego Ideas sets tend to be kind of towards the top of that list, just because sometimes they don't seem to last, although they seem to be better about that now. I feel like some of the earlier releases were like there in an instant and gone.
They weren't making as many. There was definitely a more limited supply of those. I still have that knee-jerk reaction with idea sets too, that if anything's a day one buy for me, it's probably an idea set, because you never really know that they're making those in a mass quantity. So.
Plus they're just so cool, that someone else from the fan community made it. Like, it's kind of a dream thing, that you get your set produced, and I like to support that, because not only is my money going to my favorite company, but it's also going to someone else in the community.
100%.
Really freaking awesome.
Exactly. So, Holly, I think we know what kind of buyer you are.
I mean, you can't buy all the things. It's just not possible for most of us to just buy everything you want.
Right.
So, yeah, my buying patterns have changed a lot this past year too. It used to be that I would wait. Like Cara said, I would generally wait until there was some kind of discount or gift with purchase or VIP, or there's some other incentive to buy from Lego retail, because we generally get discounts elsewhere. So there's usually if you just wait long enough, you can get something 20% off at Amazon or Target or whatever. That changed though, because this past year, things came and went, and there's nothing on sale anymore. Like, it's really hard to find sales on much of anything that you really want.
Yep.
And supplies are limited, and even the gift with purchases and things have been kind of limited. So it's definitely changed. Yeah, now I feel a little more motivated that if I really want something, motivated.
I see what you did there.
Really, really want something. If it's something I'm gonna really regret not getting, or at least not having within a year's time, I try to justify it, or at least if it's a birthday coming up or something coming up, that it's okay, I guess this will be my splurge thing. But I'm also a mocker, and so same thing. I kind of look for the parts. So a lot of times the sets that I buy are going to be more about unique parts. I'm Sesame Street was a good example where I had to buy 2 of them just because one was really just for parts. So I had to forfeit maybe another set that I really wanted just to get the parts from another set,
Right.
But the gift with purchases, I'm definitely I have to have all of them. That's the thing I collect. I collect all the things, but I feel like my priority is actually more with collecting gift with purchases than it is actual sets.
And Batmobiles.
And Batman.
Well,
and
all the
Batman.
And CMFs.
And Batman.
I apologize, Flynn and Richard. I neglected to talk about one thing that I do collect.
What's
and that is when the PAB wall has an element that I love, I will absolutely destroy that wall.
I wish we had those.
That's one of my favorite parts.
Have that. Give me that. I know. When did the wall have that? I need it now.
Also, 1x1 Apollo studs were on the wall, and me. And
I know they got to get those studs here, man.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I mean, and there were other elements. So someone that I recently met, who's got 10,000 people on TikTok, I think she does. But she was like, I want those elements. We don't have them on our PAB wall, so can you pick me up a cup and just drop ship it in a container to me? And I went ahead and did it. But that's kind of the cool thing. It's Flynn and Richard. I mean, if you guys like these doilies,
that's my favorite piece. That's one of my very, very favorite Lego pieces. It's so good.
I'll have to go this week then and try to get another cup or something and ship it out to you guys.
It's still there, absolutely.
I'll take a cup of studs while you're there, man.
So
yeah,
okay.
Really.
Submit all your orders ahead of time, folks.
Well, there's actually
not an outlet store, folks.
Exchange group on Facebook, a Pick a Brick Wall exchange group, and there are a lot of people who do that for others in the country, which is really cool because the stores aren't getting the same inventory. And some stores will get something really rad, and someone will go and buy it up so that other users in the country can have it, which is. It's great, that people are sharing that knowledge and the power of using that awesome resource.
I got to meet the stalker, and I personally complimented her on her choices because we have 3 different flowers, a bunch of stems. I mean, it's been, yeah,
that's great.
We're having some amazing elements. So
now, did I just learn something about the Pick-a-Brick wall? And I know things have changed because of COVID and all that, but are you suggesting that the stalker at the store orders the stuff for the wall they want?
Man, it sure does.
I thought they were just sent whatever Lego wanted to send them.
That used to be the case. that used to
My
be
understanding is there is an employee who has the ability to control what shows up on that wall. Not completely, maybe.
At least to some degree, yeah.
To some
exactly.
degree.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, half the pieces in there, the ones she's probably controlling are top-notch Apex, as far as I'm concerned.
Yay.
However, I also heard that the pick-a-brick wall might be dipping in variety over the next year as they focus on some other stuff. That's something I heard from the inside.
Interesting. So
Yeah, I don't know. I just... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, so I'm sitting next to an enabler here who does about 95% of our Lego purchasing. And so when we're doing a mock or something and I need a piece, basically I just tell Flynn and it magically appears. But I don't
magically
collect sets really. My favorite way to collect is a way I'm waiting on it right now. It'll come back, and that is at a lug meeting when the bulk comes out, just standing there with everyone, picking things and being like, "Oh, what's this? Is that even a Lego? It is." You know, and that kind of treasure hunt quality. And I can't afford to have that kind of treasure hunt quality when I go on Bricks and Pieces. Well,
and I also have a huge Bricklink addiction, but you guys knew that. But
so this is Brian brings up a really good point, and I was actually going to mention this, that not only is there somebody who, okay, so basically what happens is they're handed a list of X things, and they're like, you know, whatever, pick 10 or whatever it is, and they can pick amongst that list. But the you got it, Dave. You got it. So but actually they actually now Brian said compete, but apparently there are stores who, like, I think if their numbers are better, get better choices or first choices of stuff. And this was something that was actually told to me by an employee before COVID hit, was that was a thing that was happening now, that they didn't, you know, they had to, or like, I don't even know if it's a matter of like, maybe they don't get to choose until later, like after all the other places have chosen. Like, I'm not exactly sure how.
Well, I will say this.
That kid who sold the most magazines for the
yeah, like if you sell the most magazines, if you sell the most packs, that you will you get a prize at the end.
Yeah. So a couple fortunate things. One is our pick a brick wall is open to us as the public. You don't have to rely on the employee to pack your cup anymore.
Oh, wow.
So you have to put hand sanitizer on. They have to get you into the wall. Then they shut it back up. And then you have to use these sterilized tools to pick the stuff, but you get to put it in your own cup.
That's great. They figured out a way.
Well, at our store. The other thing about our store is you might be onto something, Flynn, because our store, well, there's two of them in Denver. The one I go to, it's called the Colorado Mills. And this is a large outlet, factory outlet thing. You know how there's like big chains that they use for signage on these big malls because they're so massive? Mm-hmm. So normally it's the big anchors like Target or, I don't know, let's pick Dick's Sporting Goods or something. There's usually the big stores that anchor it down. That's how you find your way around the mall. The Lego store is one of the anchors now, even though it's a little teeny box unit in the side of one of the divisions. That's how much traffic they're getting. Is the labeling in the mall puts the Lego store at the same level as like the movie theater for navigation. So I have a feeling that those guys are driving a lot of traffic through that mall, and maybe that is why some of the elements are pretty wicked.
So April, I know you have to go soon, so I wanted to make sure we got to talk to you a little bit more before you go. So I'm curious, where, I won't say where you are in the country. I know where you are because we talked about it, but I'm curious, like, do you have easy access to a Lego store, or do you have to go for other means?
Well, I mean, I don't have any problems saying I live in Kansas, but I'm 3 hours away from 2 different Lego stores, so it's a little bit of a trek, but if it's something important, we make it.
Right. You take your tornado over to. Sorry, I have.
Absolutely.
I lived in Kansas. Don't joke about tornadoes, man.
Yeah,
right?
Sorry, nobody can say Kansas without me making a Wizard of Oz reference. I just can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they don't exactly take you to a magical land.
When we signed up for our gay card, you actually have to mention the Wizard of Oz whenever possible.
Yeah, so when somebody, and especially if someone says Kansas, like you are actually contractually obligated to say.
We could have our cards revoked.
No.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that we all live in black and white when we live in Kansas?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what April was saying.
Is it the black and white side of Kansas or the color side of Kansas?
The color side of Kansas.
So so I'm just so when you were talking about earlier about going to get things for your channel or whatever, so is that like a Target type run or something like that for you?
What the hell is that?
What the heck? Whoa.
That's what I was wondering. Am I here?
It's a Target.
Yeah, I mean, well, usually I buy stuff from just shop at home. But yeah, if I need to get day one and I can't make it to the Lego store, I'm in Targets, Walmarts, wherever, trying to find what's come out. Sometimes maybe finding it a couple days early, you know.
Oh, yeah. Now I was going to say, do you find that difficult? Because I know where we are, it's a highly populated area, and when we go to places like I've been to a Walmart, which I try to avoid at all costs, but I know that's not an option for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I always see these people like. Our friend Alex 23 in here, he's always like sending me pictures of these insane like markdown clearance sets from Walmart. And I have yet to go to a Walmart where there was any clearance things. Like I actually a couple of times like was fooled by somebody on the internet being like, Walmart this is on clearance, and then I like went all the way out to the closest Walmart to us, which is like, you know, a half an hour away, and only to find that everything was just at full price.
Yeah,
I've learned that some of that stuff is paid advertising, that it's like a really sleek advertising move.
I have yet to find any of those trips to Walmart to be worthwhile.
You know what the deal is with that, though?
It depends on where you live.
Oh,
well, it does depend on where you live, but I've heard the skinny on this. Bricklink sellers are very aware of the pricing fluctuations at retail stores, and most of them that I know are in Walmart like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, if it's possible, picking up the sets off the shelf as soon as they go on clearance.
Wow.
So, yeah, so odds are, if you're not finding clearance, you probably have some pretty significant Bricklink stores around that probably pick those up.
I think it's Bricklink, but I'm just gonna say boo.
Boo to that.
Seriously.
Well, but also too, it's not that like when I went, it wasn't that I didn't find the set that was supposed to be on clearance. It's that I found it and it wasn't on clearance. It was like full price.
Yeah,
they do vary pretty widely. There's a couple sites you can look at, and they'll show all the stores that have them, and some of them will be like, that set's on clearance for $3, and the other one's still full price.
Whoa,
yeah,
that is so weird.
I think it must be like a
like
return or something weird. I don't know.
No, I mean I think it's a function of where you guys live, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not like in the middle of Ohio where you can go to Walmart and perhaps not everybody's been buying the Lego sets.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just geography and demographics drive some of this stuff.
It is supply and demand. I get it.
Yeah, last time I was at one, I saw more sets that had been stolen and busted open than I saw anything on sale.
Oh, sure.
Yikes. Now, if you get a tip for a dollar store.
No,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Blair.
Sorry, I just want to get a couple more minutes in with April before she's got to go, and then we will continue this conversation. Sorry, everybody, but we must highlight our special guest.
Absolutely.
Big screen. Haha, surprise. You have to do the Cy O'Connor and like look surprised whenever the big screen goes on you. So I'm gotta ask because we've been put through this so many times that we like to put our guests through it as well. What is your favorite Lego theme?
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep, you gotta pick one. If we had to do it, you do too.
Okay. Well, I have to say, of all time, is probably Lord of the Rings because it's what brought me out of my dark age. Most recently, probably Ninjago.
Very good. One. Is there like a particular Ninjago thing about Ninjago that you really like?
I just like how everything kind of like it can be displayed together, but there's so many different unique themes within the theme because it changes with the show, obviously. So
yeah, we're big fans of the architecture and especially the roof treatments in Ninjago are always stellar.
Oh
like,
yeah,
always.
Definitely.
So do you have a favorite set? Like what's your favorite like Lego set that you've actually like that you've built? Like that you bought it and you built it and you were like, this was really satisfying. Like this was a extremely satisfying build. For me, it's Ninjago City.
I was thinking Ninjago City, actually.
Yeah.
That's a really great build. Pirates of Barracuda Bay also. That was a big one for me.
Very cool.
So much
All right.
nostalgia in that.
And I'll only put you through a couple more of these. What do you have? Do you have a favorite minifigure?
The B-Girl CMF.
Oh, that was a quick one.
Yay.
That was fast. You like popped right on. Okay, is there a
It's on brand.
Yeah, B.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's on brand, yeah.
April B. It's on brand. Very good. So yeah, that was. Oh, and also too, are you a like if people come and tune into your channel, are you like more? Well, I mean, we already talked about like building mocks on camera is a nightmare, but do you tend in your regular life, like non-streaming life, are you a mock builder or are you a set builder?
I think in my off-stream time, I spend more time mocking than building sets. Just because I have more time for, to be creative and be in that mindset,
right.
On stream, it's craziness.
Very distracting, right? Like I find it challenging to follow the chat and conversation on screen at the same time, and I'm not pushing all the buttons.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you, April, so much for coming and hanging out with us today. I know you have to go to work, but I appreciate you coming in. Yes, what's that?
Joel Marbella hit it right there. Whenever I see that B-Girl, I think of No Rain by Blind Melon. They have that awesome video with the B-Girl.
Yep.
Well, I wonder how much stuff like that plays into minifigs. Like when they had like the shark, there was like the right shark and the left shark. Then that shark thing came out, and then the bee. Like I wonder how much. But yeah, no. Fortunately, they branded your own. Like we got lucky. Now there's a Logan poly bag that you can get. So
right,
being on brand is important.
Theoretically, you can get. We went to Target. There was nothing yesterday.
It's modified to be Logan. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Makes me super happy. So
I do wish the tail wagged side to side though. That was a mistake.
You'd need it for it to really be Logan. You'd have to hook a motor up to that and just let it go, like the eternal twitching tail.
I have one of those little helicopter motors.
There you go.
April,
can you tell? Just let everybody know. I know Kara's put links up, but if you just want to kind of tell us when and where we can find you. And all that good stuff.
So I'm at twitch.tv/AprilB. I stream on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Over there, I do a weekly Lego podcast with a bunch of other people on Fridays on the Between the Bricks YouTube channel. So if you want to see me on YouTube, that's where you find me. And I guess I post most commonly on Instagram. If you want to find me on socials, it's April B RLFN.
Awesome. Thank you so much, April. Really, really appreciate you coming and hanging out with us today. And I'm so excited for our first raid train stream on this Tuesday. Even though we're separated by a couple of people, I think, we still that'll give me a chance to like take a nap and then come back and catch the end of the next train, the end of the next train, and then catch you. So that'll be super fun.
I'm excited. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we will see you here again.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right.
Good to see you, April.
Thanks, April.
Bye.
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 Awesome. I gotta say, y'all, I love, of course, I love our panel, and I've also been loving having these other content creators come in on Sundays and, like mix things up a bit and get some other opinions on things. I think it's been really, exciting. We've met some really fun and really cool people.
I agree.
I need.
Do you want to do stickers
too?
I was thinking the same thing. I've got to put some stickers on. You want to do stickers?
Oh, stickers!
We have stickers.
Hey, Holly.
Stickers.
Let's combine from the side
everybody.
for the stickers.
Let's do some stickers. It's
Sticker set show and tell.
Oh, that's terrifying. No.
No.
No,
Oh,
that's some
my
like
goodness.
that's some like sideshow
Flying
stuff.
monorail.
You need to stop. All right, we've got stickers.
We're here all day, folks.
Okay, Blair, why don't you go first?
It's like Holly Two-Faced.
This one only has a tiny bit of purple in it, but it's the Wakandan ship from the Black Panther set.
Oh,
It's got some
very
really
nice.
cool stuff. Love these ones that are for those quarter round slope bricks. That custom shape for those bricks is really cool.
It's a hard sticker to put on.
Yeah. It's a hard one to figure out what the margins are. It's definitely not as as normal as the like 2.5 millimeter spacing.
What? Did I just learn a new thing?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. But like you know how when you put on you put in like a sticker on a tile, you got to get that like it's just about like 2 millimeters, 2.5 millimeters to each side.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? Kara? All right. What
All right.
you got?
I have this awesome set. This is from
That's who I'm going to call.
the Lego Dimensions Lady Ghostbusters story pack.
Oh,
So these are for doors. It's a sliding door mechanism, and these are on the windows right next to it. And then we've got the
okay, need
ghost
to get
and
those.
some little device stickers, which
Sci-fi
are pretty
panel.
cool.
Oh, it's the what is it? The trap.
Yep,
Yeah.
There's a trap and a sensor. Yeah, that's cool.
it's a trap.
It's
Sorry,
a
I
trap.
cut streams again. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're not sorry at all.
No, I'm not.
I don't think
you're
he
right.
is.
I'm never sorry. Okay, let's see. Holly, what have you got for us?
All right, so I've got my poo stickers here. So
She said
Cute. Pretty cute.
Those are
Looks like
sweet.
He's on it too.
More bees, yeah.
My bees.
Oh,
The
I want
bees,
to
the
Wood
put
grain.
wood. Very
Balloon.
cool.
That's cute.
Okay, we have to go get this set now.
That's darling.
That set looks like it wasn't a blustery day.
All right, nice one.
Oh, and Christopher Robin's initials.
Yeah, CR. Yep. I guess that's the best they could do since they couldn't include him with the set. It's the episode where Christopher Robin disappears and they all go looking for him.
There you go. Well, and I gotta say the thing that I kind of like about that, and I may have mentioned this before, but the thing I kind of like that there's not a Christopher Robin in it is that in the stories, Christopher Robin is the reader, right? Like that's Christopher Robin is the one that you identify with and like that the reader identifies with. So really, when you buy the set, you can make the Christopher Robin be
Your sig fig.
whoever, however you want. And I kind of love that. Although you can use your own sig fig.
Yeah.
Someone suggested he should be a mini doll.
Yeah.
Well,
That
he would
would
have
be-
to be bigger.
Or like a
right?
Scala
Or
kit, or like
he'd have to be a
Belleville
big fig or a
kit.
Technic fig, yeah.
Oh,
A
a
Technic
Belleville.
fig.
A terrifying
Oh my
Belleville.
God, no.
Oh, I see.
Someone on Instagram did a really nice Christopher Robin with mini doll parts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, cool.
And by the way, Blair, he at least does get a little accessory on his tail.
Aw.
Oh, cool. There's a hole there. That's awesome.
Yep. So
Very
there's that.
cute.
Plenty of pieces to lose. Don't worry.
Right?
You don't want Christopher Robin
One
to
thing
glitch some
My
honey?
wife pointed out was that Pooh's belly is like printed pudgy, but like that he doesn't have like a
I
pudgy
know.
belly, which is kind of
Yeah.
strange.
It's not
Like
right.
it could have been like the guy from The Hobbit, the dwarf that had the beard that went down into the belly as his like minifig headpiece. That could have been really fun for Pooh's
Yeah.
belly.
Hey,
Damn,
Yeah.
weight loss.
Ollie, can you hold that up again? Because Ben is saying that the B trails spell out his kid's initials on the B sticker.
I saw that. Yeah, I did see
That's
that in
so
a
cool.
review.
That is
Yes,
adorable.
it's gonna be hard to see. It's gonna be hard to see, but yes, right there, it's like an E and a J,
And a
right?
J.
Or a T?
Yep, A and a J. Oh, that is
That's so
so
awesome.
cute. Adorable. Adorable.
Pretty
How fun.
special.
That's I know to get your
Wow.
initials on a sticker is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Super awesome.
I wish I
Even
got
Sadovich can pull that off.
I
Too
know.
soon?
I know, right? Okay, you got some stickers for us, Moto?
I do.
All right.
It is the Enchanted treehouse from Frozen 2.
Nice.
Sparkly.
Again, one of my
Ooh.
favorite sticker sets.
Oh, glitter.
Love it.
Sparkly, holographic, glittery loveliness with purple. So Blair, I'm sure, would endorse this as well.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
Whole
really
think-
cool.
part of it right there on the side.
I think Blair is this sticker today.
Wait, let me bust out some more dots with sparkles in them.
Yeah, but there you go. And all of its beautiful, detailed, holographic.
Wow, I
glittery
love
glory.
it.
And all that
Love it.
extra holographic
Yep.
um,
All around the
margin to
edges.
work with.
Mhm.
Great.
Yep.
Oh yeah, even the margin is dark purple holographic.
Yep. Check it out. Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
Very nice.
Nice sticker set.
Speaking of dots, I built myself a new dots bracelet.
All
Instead of
right.
the newer one with the music.
Yay!
You guys have haven't seen that one.
Ooh.
See you later, Jake. I'll see you on
That's awesome.
Tuesday.
So 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Very
3
All right.
thunderclaps.
Are we ready for
Oh,
yeah?
yeah.
How many claps of thunder does that get?
Okay,
That's Thunderman. I don't know.
you
A
gotta
lot.
guess. I'll give you one guess what theme this is from.
I
The-
think
the
I know.
information is all there.
The information is all there apparently if you know what to look for.
Is it
Oh, it's
right
blurry.
there?
I'm gonna say
Nights?
Nexo Nights.
Yeah, you called it, Holly.
Yeah, that was my guess.
Here, it's
Yeah.
got to turn one more.
Just
One
just
more.
based on the colors alone, I could tell you.
It's very next, so yeah, it
It's
is.
this way.
There we go.
Is it in focus?
It is now.
Oh
There
yeah.
we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's definitely next.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because whenever you have techno and medieval, it's Nexo Knights. This
Especially
is
with red and blue.
2016
Yeah,
set
red and blue.
70319. This is the North American version, Macy's Thunder Mace.
Nice.
And Macy is our hero. He has a 3-wheeled motorcycle, and it came with 3 figures: Crust Smasher, Macy, who's our hero, and the Macy Bot with a feathered helmet.
Wait, Crust Smasher? Or was that 2 different characters?
No, that's the villain is Crust Smasher.
Gross.
Because they're smashing rocks, I think.
Sure.
And did you say Thunder Macy?
There's the Macy Bot, and then there's Macy himself, who's like the Jack in armor.
No, I think his Thunder Mace is his
Thunder Mace.
weapon.
I wonder if
yeah.
they're
Thunder
related.
Mace is the motorcycle.
Isn't that just
So Thunderman keeps it right alongside his Thunder Pants there, his Thunder Mace
oh, jeez.
Casey at the bat.
on his Thunder utility belt.
That's right. Well, if you're gonna go to
Thunderman
that
does not
route,
have a utility belt.
Thunder everything.
Thunderman-
Am I right?
Lots of
Does have a
pouches.
utility belt.
Oh, does
I
he?
think.
Oh,
He does.
I'll have to check.
I think
He
so.
Doesn't he?
Thunder
Yeah,
has
he
it.
does.
Need it.
Because he has the little.
Let
Yes,
us dive into the archive and verify.
I know. Let's go to the
We need-
refrigerator archive and verify whether Thunderman.
We need to
has,
consult the prime document.
Yes,
the
Brenda.
source.
yes, Brenda, you 100% need to have the you 100% need Thunder Pants, and I'm here to support you in that.
I got to tell you, so the pants are Thunder Pants, as you can see by the lightning, but the belt is pretty demure.
It's just a belt. Yeah.
But the minifig is wearing a utility belt piece.
Exactly. The minifig has a utility belt.
Yeah.
Because all the best superheroes have utility belts.
Yeah.
Well, he must have been okay. So the minifig version must have been drawn by whoever did the '90s X-Men, when there was just like pouches everywhere. Pouches.
It was an upgrade. It's the upgrade.
So many pouches, you guys.
Season 2 suit.
What is he have
the
in
Thunderman
there? Thunder
Cinematic
Snaps?
Universe.
The Thunderman Cinematic Universe. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
TCU.
So, Blair, are you a fan? Are you a fan of the '90s of the cartoon, the X-Men cartoon?
I remember watching it. I tried watching it now that it's available, and I can't. It's not that great. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Terrible. No, you don't. You complain every time.
Okay, the animation is as bad. The animation is as bad as Super Friends, but all the stories are there. The one that I think is really Jean Grey gets the short end of the stick.
Well, she always does.
She always does.
But she especially gets the short end of the stick in costumes on that show. Oh my God, that is the worst. The worst costume. And just really bad.
It's one of those things where, like, I went to go back and rewatch it, and it's better left as the thing in my childhood memory.
That's almost
yeah. Kind of like how the old, like, the old Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies. Like, I went back to rewatch those, and I was like, wait, they're basically like moving drawings, unless I saw in my head they were so animated and so awesome, and like where there's a whip, there's a way. I used to like sing that little song and all these things, and like. And I went to rewatch and I was like, ooh, actually, like, just gonna leave it back there in the past.
Well,
so charming in our memory, right?
The thing I find interesting is that the and I've talked about this before, but the animation, like, they really try to cover the actual comic book storylines. Whether it was like laziness or like whatever, they try really hard, but they are very like adulty, so they had to like, you know,
it's heavily
process that all in. So you've got like the deep weird of the storylines, trying to process it for children. I'll give you a really good example. In the Dark Phoenix saga, the reason that the Kree come to talk to
they're the aliens with
no, not the Kree, the other, well, there's so many. Anyway, the reason that they come to take Jean Grey away is because in the comics, she actually, as the Phoenix, destroyed a planet with people living on it. Like, she destroyed an entirely inhabited planet, and that's what made it so bad that she had to go. Well, in the cartoon version, they made a point multiple times to say, well, thankfully, none of the planets were inhabited, but what happens if she hits one that is inhabited in the future?
Would you call that genocide?
Thank you, Delicious and Debo Bricks. The Shi'ar, my bad.
When I hear the Shi'ar, I can only ever think of the Tal Shi'ar, which is what Deanna Troi was disguised as, and it didn't go very well. Just saying. So anyway,
X-Men to Star Trek. That was impressive.
Crossing the streams.
I know. There you go.
And an X-Force logo.
Many times today. Many times.
It's like a macrame plant hanger around here. Everything is just interwoven.
Oh.
It's the DNA that runs the TrickyBricks live chat.
I'm glad, because I know that there are some people who hold on to that X-Men cartoon as like a jewel in a crown. And
I'm surprised there's not uproar in the chat, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, these older cartoons, when they came out, you look at them now and they're not as great as they were in your mind. I mean, one great example is, YouTube was rerunning the G.I. Joe series like nonstop.
Oh.
And yeah, that is a rough watch from my childhood.
It's awful.
Especially, I mean, first of all, Cobra, man, those soldiers have worse aims than I thought. Stormtroopers had bad aim. but like you can have an entire army shooting at 5 people and they all completely miss.
Yeah.
They barely got
It's
away.
hero shielding. To be a hero in a story, like it's the ultimate power.
But they show laser beams just crossing over everywhere, like entire skies full of them, and yet they never land a shot.
I feel like that's every TV show I've ever watched, really.
Yeah.
So I'm
it's
interested.
okay. Except for Thundercats.
Have you all been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Anybody?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love I love the how much I love WandaVision, and I was really actually reticent to hit up Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I'm not really a big Captain America guy. But I gotta say, I've really been enjoying it. It's been really great, and I love the stuff that they're exploring in it. Like they're really going there. So
it's Marvel
I won't
Studios.
say any more than that because I don't want to give any spoilers. But I'm just
Thank you.
I've really been enjoying it a lot.
Okay.
It's as poignant as the Captain America timeline has been. Really like using these fictional stories as a lens through which we can take a look at our actual society and the problems that exist through a superhero means, rather than just telling a fictional story about people with superhero powers punching each other. That's just sort of the veneer through which they're seeing our reality and talking about real things, which is really cool and pretty fresh, honestly. I mean, I'd say that again, it's kind of like Star Trek, right? In that, like, we're talking about real things through a fictional world, in a way that you can sort of digest these topics that are so pertinent, like right now, and that's really awesome. Like, kudos to them for doing such a good job with that.
Yeah, and it's all of that. I mean, Disney Plus was this thing for Disney, but once the theme parks got shut down and theaters are shutting down, I mean, now, what do? They created this thing. They're like, oh, let's try this Mandalorian thing.
Mm-hmm.
And once that worked and they started to bring out Marvel Studios, I'm like, oh boy, Netflix, you better be shaking in your boots because
they've reinvented cable television.
Because Disney is, man, when they
or
get into
non-cable
something,
television.
No, when they come after something and they're serious about it, man, they really bring it on. They got great writers, great talent.
Yeah.
So not
endless
unexpected.
possibilities.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, I think that brings us to time. We've gone over as well. I say we've gone over, but we always go this long, so I don't know why.
I didn't realize there
I was going to say we haven't hit 2 hours yet. What are you talking about?
I know. But golly, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us today on a cheerful Sunday. We've got lots of stuff coming up. I don't know what it is, but there'll be stuff.
We're in the middle of a 2-week challenge.
Oh, yes, that's right. We're in the middle of a 2-week challenge. I got to say, I had a very difficult time not having a slideshow on Fridays to look at.
That broke my brain. I don't know if anybody was watching London Bridge Bricks on Friday, but I was working like crazy all morning, so I missed the stream, the TrickyBricks stream. And then I was invited on to London Bridge Bricks like during my lunch break. I got on there and Greg started talking about like having just watched a speed build on TrickyBricks, and I was like,
"Oh,
on what? Where they did what?"
Well, that was the fractured description.
I thought it was fun.
You fractured Holly's reality.
Well, I mean, I don't know. And I'll be very real with everybody. Like, we did that. And it is like the lowest watched video that we've made in like over a year. Like no one cared.
No one cared.
Like it was
crickets.
Yeah. So
but the question is, did you guys have fun?
We did.
We had fun.
We did have a good time. We did
laughed
have a good time.
We got the Spider Max built.
So and then I also wonder if like now I'm going, gosh, should we go back to 1 week challenges again? But I know everybody, a lot of people really need that extra time.
Well,
not Holly, of course, because she does it the night before anyway.
We did have another idea, but let me know if it's ready for consumption yet. I don't know. I think we should float it.
Sure, we can talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to?
came up with it. I just agreed
Okay,
to it.
well, so all right, so we have two ideas, and I'll let people tell us what you think.
Look at this
So
radical participation happening
One,
right now.
one idea was just to have people turn in mocks that they've done that are favorites, regardless of a theme or a challenge, just something that they really like that they've built.
On the alternate Fridays,
Because we could share people's stuff, and
which
then
is cool, but this one takes it even to another level.
well, I don't know. I
think.
still am not, because not a lot of people are ready for that, and I'm afraid it may disenfranchise some people. But the other idea we had was doing a thing where people could turn in mocks or pieces that they are working on that are in progress, and get constructive criticism on them.
I like that idea.
Maybe you could fix the lighting. Maybe you could try this, or like, because we
don't do a lot of that on Fridays.
We don't. Fridays is about celebrating everybody's work, and I appreciate that. And also, we've gotten emails from people saying like, "Hey, I could really use some constructive criticism on my piece. Would you mind like telling me what you think?" And maybe people aren't ready to have their stuff shown, to everybody.
But maybe some people are.
But there are some people who would, and maybe we can even combine the two. Send us your favorite mock, that you've built, or if you want help out with it, let us know in your description of it, and we can. Maraid's like, "Oh man, I finally got like every other week off, and now." Again.
This reminds me actually. So I do lighting design for dance, which means I go to a lot of dance. Well, when dance is happening, a lot of dance rehearsals and reviews, and they do these work in progress showings. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the person who came up with this now, but there is a review process whereby you start by asking the question, are you willing to receive, do you want to receive feedback about this? And if someone says no, just tell me what you like, then everyone respects that and says, oh, well, I think it's cool that you did this, and I think it's cool that you did this. And if not, if they say, yes, I want critical feedback, then people can go around. And it's about consent, right? It's like, are you ready to have this?
Well,
I find that it works really well because not everyone at an in progress state wants feedback.
Exactly. And what I also think it could be a fun way, especially with our Let's Go Camping thing coming up, if people are working on things that they would like to show, because I know like not everybody's on our Discord server, like not everybody has access. But so anyway, these are the sorts of things we're thinking of. I just really love Fridays as being a way to show everyone's work, and I enjoyed doing the speed build, but I don't want to have to.
I didn't feel as engaged with everyone when we were doing the speed build.
Yeah.
As when we do the slideshow.
I like both ideas. Can we alternate them?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, variety, right? It's a variety show.
Brickham's Den says work in progress week followed by finished mock week and repeat. I do love that. I mean, that's I do like
cool.
that. I just again, I know that we have worked very hard to make people feel comfortable showing their things on the show. And for a lot of people, it's they would maybe be put off by showing unfinished work. Like for me personally, I don't like. I did it for Kate's challenge, but I never put work in progress shots up. I'm very particular about it, just because.
Well, I did with my two. Like when I did my two big mocks, it took me like more than a month to do. I like to do work in progress, but I don't operate like that anymore.
Right.
So now I have like, day-long builds where it's not really much of a work in progress. It's just a few bricks together and then it's done. But I like the idea of, like, I do have a project now that I've kind of just started, and it's probably going to be a longer-term project, and I'd love to put some stuff up that's like, what do you guys think, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then let's I think that's
that
a great
adds
idea.
to the sort of convention feel about it, like a mini convention with mini workshops and all that.
Well, and I think too, like we talk about being a community and being so tight knit, and we absolutely are, and I think that we're at the point in our relationship, everyone, where we can
show works in progress.
We can show works in progress and share.
I trust you guys.
and share constructive criticism.
And
So,
it's like Richard was saying earlier, you know, the things we're missing out on lug meetings, right? You know, being able to like bring something that you're working on and share it with other people and get some feedback. And we've become a lug, a virtual reality lug in a way.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
That would probably
As long as you
encourage
sing the
me to
song
get-
"Whip It Good," I'd be fine with that.
Whip it good. Oh yes, I'm writing this
Yay.
down. I'm writing this down.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, as long as, I mean, and that's
Get those
probably a
bricks in
good
shape.
thing. It's a good thing for people to like get used to seeing and understanding what a whip is, like a work in progress. Because same thing with my work, Richard. Like, there's that little bit of anxiety that when I publish something that I am not done with, like I have to publish it for whatever reason. When I publish it, it goes out into like our internet, and then anyone there could see it. And there's a little bit of like anxiety there, like I don't want anybody to see this. It's not done, you know. But as long as you know, as long as you know that you're looking at a work in progress, then it's fine.
Richard and
know?
Flynn, of course, I will endorse the whip idea, because if you remember, there was a time when I was sitting on the floor over there
Yep.
on the show,
True enough.
and this thing was every week. It was just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then it was done. It was not something that was like, crack, there's a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys remember, right? It was definitely like kind of a top, then a shape, and then it was messed up, and it wasn't right. And it was another.
Well, in art school, I hated reviews. I had to like put my thing up in front of the whole class, and the professor would talk about it, and the other class would have rest of the class would have opinions. But it got me ready, or I think they weren't like brutal reviews. They were honest reviews, but it got me a lot more familiar with the idea that maybe my first idea wasn't the final perfect thing, and that there are things, you know, that I'm not seeing that could be better.
Well, I mean, I think that's why we're so fortunate to work together, because we have another set of eyes, you know, to look at. And I'll say there's definitely been some times where I've posted something up on Instagram and then went back and looked at it later, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot that thing. Like, you can see it right there. And like maybe nobody else can see it because they're just looking at the whole picture. But I'm like, oh man, if I would have had somebody else look at this, maybe they would have caught that, and I would have been able to avoid that whole, you know. Yeah,
you guys think I'm a harsh critic. I've never met a harsher critic than my husband. He's the worst.
Well, neither of you will be on Fridays.
Flashback. I run everything by him, and it's really great because he's not an AFOL, so he doesn't really give a dump like how complicated a thing is. He can just look at it and tell me if it looks like garbage or not, and I really appreciate that.
Right.
Well, something
we will never use those words on this show to describe it.
I'm just saying, I'm fine with it if you do. I'm used to it.
No,
unless you've built garbage.
Yeah, unless you've literally built Oscar the Grouch in his can.
You know, something I try. So Flynn and I collaborate very closely, right? And then when we're done building, we are still in the house together and you know, having our lives and all of that. So I try to be sensitive when Flynn is coming up with a new idea, because I want to come in and say my stuff, right? But I try to be sensitive at what point I do that, because I don't want to divert his initial, like, you know, infant idea with my ideas that are coming from another direction.
Yeah.
Did you know that I did that?
I didn't.
Yeah. This is kind of cool, so check this out. I've gotten to the part of this build right here where we're doing these little hedges in the front.
Oh, it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. Well, it's a set. It's just
I think it
looks
looks great, Holly.
But sure, it's a work in progress. So yeah, I like these little hedges here, and they have some. See how they have some clips buried in there, and we've got these leaves on those angled.
Oh, very nice.
That snap in there, which I think is kind of cool. That's like, I don't feel like I've seen that anywhere.
Oh, that's a really
great.
That's a really great technique for a Minecraft set. I love it.
All right, now now I have to go to the Lego store and buy.
Yeah.
Moto.
Sorry.
Immediately.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Sorry, exactly.
But no, Richard Flynn, it's the same thing here. I mean, there's a reason I call it Small Art Director. Talk about unfiltered feedback. Ooh.
My kids are pretty cool though. Like I don't get much out of my kids besides like, oh, that's awesome.
That's no good, Daddy.
Yeah.
No, all wrong.
Wow.
I miss those days because my kids used to be kind of critical of my work, and now they're much more impressed. Actually, they're kind of, I think because they've tried to make enough things now that they have that appreciation for like the process. So when they see that I've made something, you know, like I ran this waterfall, like we've been doing this kids camp, right? Me and Mel doing the kids camp. So anytime I put a quick build together that I'm going to teach the kids, I always run it by my kids just to kind of get that. Because they're that age range where I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see the initial reaction, like if they get what it is. And I was like, you know, can you tell what this is? And I had one kid, like one of my kids that was like, I'm not really sure. I was like, really? You can't tell what this is? And then I was like, it's a waterfall. And she's like, oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, that's really cool. And then all of a sudden she was really excited about it. And then the other kid knew right away what it was and thought it was good. But then we were like, they were helping me with the tree. Like we redesigned the tree a couple of times because they were a little bit, I was like, does the tree work? And they were like, I was like, okay, let's redo it then. So anyway, yeah, kids are really handy to have sometimes.
You know, one thing I like about reviews as well is if someone doesn't get it and I need to describe it, then I actually need to put it in words and understand it myself in order to communicate it to other people. So I think it helps me clarify my thoughts about it. You know, maybe if you didn't understand what this part was, maybe I wasn't super clear on it either.
Well, they so just like kind of just going back to this idea, we are, you know, constantly evolving, trying to evolve and do different things and be better and all that good stuff. So I you know, and I appreciate everybody kind of like engaging in these experiments along with us, and not every single one's gonna work speed build, but they're you know, we take what are the good parts and you know, and try for something else when we can. But we do have some pretty exciting things coming up with the show as far as like the slickness. I'm not even going to say professionalism because that's never going to happen. But just like the slickness of the show and what it looks like and how it runs, and hopefully lights and microphones. Yeah, I'm excited for you all to see what we've got coming up, plus a couple of other things. And I'm really excited about this Twitch stream. And just so you know, I am going to be Twitchifying my stream up a little bit.
We've already started back behind what you can't see here.
Yeah, we've already started. And I want you to know, for those of you who have been asking me about this, one of the things I'm going to be offering for channel points, I'm switching my channel points up. And one of the things I'm going to be offering on channel points is me playing and singing a song on the ukulele. So you'll be able to turn in your channel points for a song.
And you know what that means is I got to get up this morning. Logan and I got up because Flynn's up first to the sounds of him singing and playing the ukulele.
That's nice.
Aww. It was nice. And I was playing, in case you were wondering if it's all going to be just, you know, like yada, yada, yada. No, I actually can play a lot of things on the uke. And this morning,
David Bowie going.
I was singing and playing Space Oddity on my ukulele, which is a personal favorite. So that was fun. But that is something I am going to be offering on the channel. So if you want a chance to see me sing, because I think Twitch doesn't have quite the same kind of aggressive rules about that as YouTube does. So I can probably, I'm not going to say get away with it. But so Yana says, what if we request yada, yada, yada on uke? Well, so that was my idea, was that I would offer like a couple different styles. So you could either get like an oldie-timey, you know, like Razzmatazz Tin Pan Alley song, or you could get like a Broadway, you know, like a Broadway hit, or some other kind of, you know, something else. So we'll see.
I will ask you to please look up a Julia Nunes song for me.
Okay. You got it.
Or Julia Nunes. Just any of her stuff, because she is a ukulele YouTube star. So can't get better.
Oh, very good. All right.
Yep.
Hey, didn't Lucy play the uke?
Julia Nunes.
Lucille Ball. Oh, in one episode, yes. Well, that was very well, hey, Vision played the ukulele on WandaVision in the very first episode. So I'm just saying. Patrick Wismer.
Well, there you go.
1930s style with a megaphone. Hooded One, you know what? I don't really know that, like, have memorized that many songs. I'll be honest with you. I used to play obsessively, and I haven't picked it up in over a year. COVID was very difficult on me emotionally and mentally, like it was for a lot of us.
I'll tell you a secret. Someone is feeling more cheerful.
So, yeah.
The song is in his heart, and it's coming out his mouth.
So I've picked up again only just a few days ago. So memorized not many, but I have stacks of sheet music, and also access to some really great online resources for like more modern songs, done with ukulele chords. So yeah, so I'm sure like the first few episodes might be a little rough.
I mean, that's on brand, right?
Wow.
I'm
Holly.
saying you just showed your first episode the other day because you thought it was like, right? Because it was charming.
Exactly.
We don't forefront slick as the highest priority.
It's supposed to be.
Well, we will be. It's coming. It's coming.
It's a work in progress, y'all.
Any Boney, exactly. It's a work in progress. Any Boney M song, says Hooded One. I hope. I don't know how that'll translate to ukulele, but hey, if you can play Space Oddity on the ukulele, I think you can do some Boney M. If Rasputin isn't the first song. You know what's funny is whenever I say the name of the song, I can't call it Rasputin. I just can't. It's Rasputin, and it always will be.
I have the same problem. Yep.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining us today. Moto, Holly, Cara, Blair. It was great to see you all as usual
always.
And hang out on our Sunday brunch. Thank you to our special guest for today, April B, for coming and hanging out. Don't forget to follow her on Twitch, on Instagram. Check her out. She's very fun. I really am enjoying her stuff. Check out some of the other people on Twitch. If you've never been over on Twitch before, check it out. The brick building community is really awesome, and there's some really cool, really fun people over there. So once again, everyone, until next time. First of all, does anyone have any final words before we go? Any? Yay! Very good.
Mine on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what I love about that Band-Aid on your arm, Holly? That is a sign that a trip to Portland is getting closer and closer for us.
Yes.
That's what
I'm so looking forward to Logan and Skittles like playtime. You have no idea.
Oh, that would be amazing.
We're gonna need video.
Yeah, that's gonna be like aired live whenever it happens. I promise.
Yes, that will be. Well, we can, if we come and visit, maybe we may have to do, depending on what days we're there, we may have to do a live from Holly's
on location.
Oh, that would be awesome.
We've actually.
I'll drive over.
We've actually been
Blair's here, Boone's here, Mark's here.
Yeah. Oh, that would be epic. Oh man, that would be epic.
I don't think.
And
I don't
just to
think
get
the
to hug
chat
all
can
of you
handle that
would
much.
be like the most epic part of all. So
we've definitely been in talks about taking it on the road and bringing you remote broadcasts.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, don't forget. And next time would be Tuesday at 3 p.m. for me on Twitch. If you want to check out the rest of the Raid Train, that starts at 1 p.m. with Jake Studs. Then you'll see us on Wednesday at 10 a.m. for our regular show. So until next time, don't forget to please stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask, get that vaccine as soon as you can, and we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
Happy building.
Bye.